three.
Hey guys, so this is how we wake up in the morning. We lay in bed normally. Actually, we don't normally do this. I don't know, I'm lying. But I usually have work from 7:30 to 9, but we had a delay today, which is usual for winter time. The school that I work at had a delay, so I didn't have to go in, which was amazing because it took me like 15 minutes to even get out of bed. So we're just laying in bed right now, kind of waking up. Andrew just left for class. He has class, is a 2.5 hour class, which kind of sucks, but so yeah, we're just laying in bed, kind of waking up. I'm gonna get up and get ready, and then I'm gonna answer some of the questions that I had sent. A lot of people sent questions, a lot more than I thought would, so I picked like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something, because I can't answer too many, or it'll take 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna get up and get ready, and I'll answer this for you guys. Hey guys, so I have my questions written down here. I chose 6. I think I got like 20 something questions from people. Some of them overlapped or were basically the same question. So I'm just gonna start answering. I guess I have 6 questions here on my notebook. My first question actually was asked most frequently, I think, and it's, how do I balance household chores, time with Nolan and Andrew, work, school, and then like friends and personal life? And it's really hard, to be honest. There's no like trick to it. If somebody's watching this to try to like do what I do, honestly, I take it day to day. And this planner, found it at Target for like $10. It is the best planner I've ever had, because it not only has all of the months in it for my schooling, it also has places for making plans, don't forgets. It has little inspirational quotes that kind of help me get through days that are tougher. It has places for notes. It tells me all the holidays. It's awesome. It is the best planner, and I put Nolan's stuff in here, and then I also put my school stuff and my work stuff. It all goes here, as well as like the home tour. I showed you guys that I have a board up in my dining room that I literally write every single plan that we have on there. So it's really full. So that's why this is better, because it gets more specific, I guess. I can write details on it, whereas on that it's more of a broad, like, oh, I have this class at this time. So that definitely helps me balance my life more, just because I'm able to plan it out kind of in advance, but I do also take it very day to day. Like if somebody asks for a play date with Nolan, I have to say, let me text you the morning of to see when I think his nap will be. It's very, very last minute kind of, because he's a toddler and we have to play it by his plans and his schedule, if that makes sense. Household chores, I don't get them done when I want to get them done, but it's not like, he naps for at least 2 hours in the middle of the day. And I work on Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 2, so when I'm at work, he's napping and Andrew is home with him. Usually Andrew gets the dishes put away, we usually take turns making the beds every morning, like I made it this morning, so that got done. We just kind of clean up after Nolan as he plays, so like if he's done playing with something and it's just out, we'll have him help us clean it up. He's usually really good about just doing it himself, but if he doesn't, it's kind of easy to just be like, Nolan, come help me clean this up, and he does it. He's not hard when it comes to that. He does go to bed around like between 7 and 8. 8:30 is kind of late for him, but sometimes it's 8:30, which means we're up past then. Obviously, I like to watch TV and have time for myself, but it's also the time that if we need to sweep the floors, or if Nolan made a mess on the carpet before bed, we need to vacuum, that's the time that we can do it. He'll sleep through it. So definitely take advantage of when they sleep. That's huge. As for our relationship, I mean, we're parents. We don't get time alone really, I mean, when he goes to bed, we're able to watch a movie together, we're able to eat dinner together. I mean, we don't get a lot of time together, which sucks, but that's what it is right now, and we're okay with that, and our relationship is good. It's not like, if there were an issue, we'd confront it. We wouldn't just let it go because we have other things to do. We do tend to our relationship as much as we should, and I think that's definitely a hard thing to do. It's not easy. And so for me to sit here and say it's been a breeze, it hasn't. And for people that don't end up with the father or the mother of their child, it's not that they didn't try, because it's hard to try. It's really hard to try. But somehow it just worked out. We're happy. It's good. As for work and school, luckily it's kind of a set in stone thing. It's not like most jobs you have when you're a teenager or a young adult, where like you don't have the same schedule every week, because I do and Andrew does too. So it's pretty nice to be able to plan stuff, because I work every morning from 7:30 to 9, and then I work Tuesdays and Thursdays 12 to 2, and then I sub sometimes, but I have classes, so I often say no to subbing. So then Andrew works at night. When I get home, he works from 4 to 8, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then he works every other weekend for 8 hours, so 12 to 8 both days. So it's pretty nice, and then obviously our class schedule is set in stone. Our classes are the same time every other day or whatever. Monday, Wednesday classes, and Tuesday, Thursday classes, and I have one class that's a 3-hour on Wednesday nights, which sucks. Never take a 3-hour class, even though I've taken one twice. I don't know why. So really just making sure that you have all of this written down is huge. I don't know what I would do without my planner. Like, I write down when I have homework assignments. I'll show you. So for this week, I have finals coming up in 2 weeks, and then I have a bunch of essays due next week, the week before finals. So I literally write in, and I have a vocal final because I'm in a vocal class. So I literally write in, sing for 30 minutes, sing for 30 minutes, work on my papers for 1 hour. So I schedule time in my planner to do my homework, and if I have something for Nolan that I want done, like I want to put away his laundry, I'll write it in here, an hour for putting away laundry. Like, I'll write it all down, and that helps so much. As for personal life, I don't want to say non-existent, because I do go out. I mean, anybody who follows me on social media, you know, I go out with my friends sometimes, and it's nice. It's actually really nice, because it's more fun to go out just like once every few weeks, because I have more fun and I treasure it more the time with my friends. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I wish I could go out more than I do, but I like spending time with Nolan, and I like nights in with Andrew, and we do swap. So like, he'll go out one weekend with his friends and I'll go out another weekend with my friends, and we're very good about giving each other the time we need with our friends, because we both realize that we're still both extremely young, and we do need our friends in our lives. So I think that has been huge in our relationship, and why our relationship has worked so well, because we're very give and take, and we like to really talk about giving the other person space or sleep or time out or whatever it is. We're really good about that. So yeah, that's kind of how I balance it. It's definitely teamwork. It's not easy. There's Nolan's little head running by. It's not easy. Do you want to sit with me, Noel? You want to come sit? Come here. Come sit. So the next question is, how did I tell Andrew that I was pregnant? I had gone away. If any of you watched my first kind of birth vlog, I had gone away on vacation with my friend in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. And I had a feeling that something was off, just because I hadn't gotten my period, and I should have. and I was super homesick, which isn't like me. I'm not usually, it was bad. It was like almost like I was looking at plane tickets to come home the second day in Puerto Rico. Like, who does that? When you're in Puerto Rico, you stay in Puerto Rico. So I think it was a sign, like I knew something was off, and I was eating a lot. So I think I probably should have known, but it just didn't really hit me. And then I got home and I saw Andrew, and I still hadn't gotten my period, so I was like, maybe we should just take one just to be safe. I was like, probably not. It's probably just like me being in a different country and like flying so much, like threw it off. I don't know how that stuff works. So I was basically like, why don't we just take one or two of them just to be safe? First one was positive, of course, but it was like a cheap dollar store one. So we were like, let's not take that to heart. Let's go and get like one of those $20 nice ones. So we got one of the nice ones. I took 3 of them actually, and they were all positive. And so he was there. I didn't really have to tell him I'm pregnant. He was there. He did it with me. He was in the bathroom waiting for the pregnancy test to show up or whatever. We were both extremely freaked out. We just didn't know what to say. I don't even think we said anything for the first like 5 minutes after we found out. It was more of just like, what the hell are we gonna do? And then it was kind of just the parents' part. We were in it together from day one. I mean, it was more just like the parents' part and like how we were gonna tell our parents. My parents were great about it. I told them like 2 days after I found out. And of course they were like, oh, Laura, why? Like, what? They were obviously shocked and like they were a little disappointed in me. But after like a week, my mom was already buying baby clothes. So it really wasn't, they were amazing about it. And they said to me, like, even if it doesn't work out with you and Andrew, you and the baby will always have a home here. And it was nice to know that even if everything didn't work out the way I wanted it to, I would always have a safe place for me and Nolan. Andrew's parents took a little while to come around. They are amazing now. They are absolutely the best grandparents. They do everything they can for him, and they help us financially. But it did take them. Andrew waited a little bit to tell them because he really didn't know how. He's the youngest, so it was a little bit more tragic, I guess. It was a little bit more disappointing to them because he's the youngest and I'm the oldest, so it was a little bit different.
Oh, Binky.
Uh-oh, Binky, pick it up. So they took a couple months to kind of finally talk to us about it, but once they did, they were really open about it. They were great. As for, I guess I'll go on to the other names now. This was my third question, was the other names that we had for Nolan, boy and girl. So if he was a girl, he was most likely going to be Charlotte. But now that there are so many people naming their babies Charlotte, that's off of our list now.
Mommy.
Yes, honey. Oh. So prepare for this to be kind of a long video because I'm only on question 3. And so, yeah, so our other girl names, we had Charlotte. We had Valerie because his great aunt, I think, is named Valerie, and we really like Val. It's super cute. We really liked that. That was in the running. Nora, if he had been a girl, we love the name Nora. And now that we have Nolan, it'd be cute if we have a girl next for it to be Nora, Nolan, and Nora. So that's kind of our, those were our girl names. He had some that he liked. He liked Peyton. I wasn't really a huge fan of it. And then I had some that I liked. Like, I really like the name Lennon because my dad raised me as this huge Beatles fan. So Lennon was so cute. I loved it. He was not a fan of it. So yeah, those were our girl names. Our boy names were obviously Nolan was at the top of the list because we just both really liked it. It's not named after anybody, not from anything. We just really liked the name. Benjamin was in the running. Elliot. And then for a small amount of time, I thought maybe I could handle not finding out the gender. And we would do Charlotte or Charles and name it Charlie either way. that was a plan of ours too. But because I couldn't wait, we ended up picking a name that was a boy name. So those were kind of our names. We really liked, I think it was Nolan and Elliot that were really, really like in the running. His middle name is James because Andrew's dad's name is James, and we just really like the way Nolan James sounds. So yeah, those are our names. We'll probably, if we have another boy, it'll probably be Elliot. And if we have a girl, Nora. We like Maria, but Maria Clemente is really Italian, so I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. My next question, it's a hard topic, a really hard topic for a lot of people. Someone had asked me, and I thought it was a good point to bring up, if I had ever considered having an abortion, because it is a thing that when you're 17 and you find out you're pregnant, it's something that I don't want to say runs through your mind because it didn't run through my mind, but for a lot of people it probably would. And it was an issue within our relationship, and he had considered it more than I had. And not to say anything bad about Andrew, because he is the most amazing father, but when you're in panic mode, you result to thinking about your options. And he did think about it. And I cut it right in the butt and said, we're not doing this. This is not my choice. And if you decide that you don't want to be in the picture, that's your choice. And he was like, obviously I'm going to be there. I just thought we should consider the options. And it was definitely an issue within his family too. And I love his family. They're amazing grandparents to Nolan. But it was definitely an issue. There were comments made like, we have options, and I had straight up said, it's not a we, it's a me. And I get that Andrew had played just a role in making the baby, but it's my body, and it was they were my options, and I had already made my decision. And so that was hard for me to have to juggle with. I mean, his parents pressed on that for a couple months. We have options, and that was really, really that. I was extremely upset for months because I just wanted to be accepted for what I had decided, and it just wasn't happening. And finally it did, and they were okay, and they are amazing to him, and they're really, really great to me too. But it took a little while, and it definitely took a toll on my emotions and how I felt about myself. So I'm not going to talk much more about that because it's a very heavy subject, and I know for a lot of people it hits home, but I just wanted to bring that up because it's an important role in being a teen parent. How did I react to having a boy? Well, I had this feeling, I had dreams that it was a girl, so I was extremely shocked. I was not upset. I was like, oh my god, yes, a boy. I was a little bit like, oh, I kind of wanted to buy girl clothes, and I kind of wanted to buy headbands and do her nails and be able to put her hair in cute little ponytails. But at the same time, I was like, this is Andrew's dream. He wanted a boy so bad, and I was ready to see him as a father to a boy. It was going to be amazing, and it is. And now that I have him, I have this feeling in my body that I'm a boy mom. I can't picture myself with a girl now. And I think that's how everybody is with their first kid. That's how my mom said she was. She pictured herself with a boy. Then she had me. And then she just couldn't picture herself with anything but a girl. And then my two brothers came along and she was fine. So I definitely think I'm a boy mom, but I guess we'll find. We'll see. So reaction to a boy, we found out because I fell in the shower when we were visiting his grandmother in Maryland, and we had to go get a quick ultrasound to make sure that Nolan was okay, because I was already like 7 months pregnant or something, 6 months. So they had to make sure that everything was okay in there because I fell right on my stomach. The doctor had kind of slipped up and said he, and from then on we knew it was a boy. It was kind of a shock because we weren't even expecting to find out. But yeah, that's how I found out. Nolan's doing something weird in his room right now, and I'm not really sure what it is, but it's pretty baby-proof in there, so we should be fine. My favorite thing about being a young mom is probably, and this is my last question, this is probably just the flexibility in my schedule, I guess. I don't have like a 9-to-5 job So it's nice to come home in the middle of the day after work and like between class and work and have time with him and be able to take him places and go play in the snow when it's still light out. It's really, really nice to have that time in the middle of the day versus coming home at 5 and it already being dark. That's super nice. And I think, excuse me, also just being young, you have an advantage when it comes to how active you can be with your child. Like, we run around and we play games, we go outside a lot, whereas like parents that have babies when they're older, it's a lot more difficult for them to find the energy to do that. And don't get me wrong, I'm freaking tired at the end of the day, but I think it's easier for me to be active with him, and I think it'll be easier in the long run when he's older, and like I think it'll just all be easier, honestly. He'll be going to college when we're like in our mid-30s, so I think being a young mom has been hard, but in the long run it'll work out. And of course we're planning on having more kids, but not anytime soon. So yeah, these are the questions I had selected. If you have any more, go ahead and DM me. If these questions sparked up any more questions, just DM me, message me, whatever you want. I will answer them to you. I'm not going to make a new video for questions. But I will be thinking of what I want to do for my next video. So if anybody has any ideas, just let me know. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe.